Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to create a simple logo animation in Cinema 4D. So let's get started. We'll start with creating a small star. You can choose any dimension. I'm changing it to 50, which is the inner radius, and outer radius to 100. Also, the points, I'm going to make it 5. That with said, I'm going to use an extrude object and make the child star as a child. Under extrude, make sure the movement is set to 0. Right click extrude object, make editable, or you can also click here, which is whatever you prefer. I prefer the shortcut, which is C, and this makes it editable. That being said, I'm going to the edges, select this edge, right click and say plane cut. Under plane cut, I'm saying the number of cuts which I want is 20. The mode of cut is split, and now I click here and draw a straight line here. You will see there's a multiple lines or cuts which comes into, but it's not across the whole star. What I need to do is now play with the offset and the spacing. Let's try playing with offset first. I'm trying to bring this thing down, and that seems okay to me. I'm just leaving enough space so we can actually cut these objects out. Once it's done, I go to mesh, I go to commands, and eventually open this bar here. Now I'm letting it stay here. Come out, click on the polygons, use live selection tool, and click on the first of these stars. If you want, you can jump in and zoom in as well. I click the first object and I say split, second split, third split, and so on. Make sure you do it individually and not by selecting all and splitting it. That way it will not work how we want our animation to come across. Just gonna take a couple of more seconds and then we will be done with it. So sometimes it's really easy to create an object-based animation in Cinema 4D without going to any external software. Now that's been done, click on the first object, which is extrude, click outside, click on the first object, which is extrude, click it here. Just checking everything is done right. Yeah, and just delete this. When this object is deleted, go to MoGraph, fracture, select everything and place it inside fracture. Again, go to simulate, cloth surface, and drop fracture into cloth surface. Come back up, click on cloth surface, give it a thickness of, let's say, 30 centimeters. Let's make it 20, it's just too big. Now what I'm going to do is click on cloth surface, take a rotation tool, and I just want the star to face this side, so I want my animation to happen from this side. Let's zoom out a bit. Clicking on fracture, go to MoGraph, effectors, plane effector. Go to fall off, shape, make sure it says linear, orientation is Y. Under parameters, we will play with position, scale, and rotation. So how this works is, you see it's already deforming the object. What I wanted to do is, let's put a random number, let's say it's 150. On X, the position is shifted. Y, I don't want that much, so I just want to keep it 50. Under scale, I go to uniform scale and I make it -1. What this will allow is, it will try to hide all my object at one point. You see it's gone back the scaling is to -1, I can't see my objects. So let's bring it here. On rotation, I'm clicking and making it 250. Make sure you also use a negative value of 250. This way it will come as a rotating object. You see how this is going and this is coming. You can make an animation which says wither away, or from withering, if you want to make a backward animation, it will bring back the logo for you. So let's use to bring back the logo because we're going to reveal the logo. Let's go back to effector. Let's go back to fall off and click invert. What this will do is, as we slide from bottom to top, it will start revealing our logo. So that being done, I'm going to add another effector. I go to fracture, MoGraph, effector, delay effector. It just adds a value of like a spring kind of effect. I'm going to here and I say spring. From mode will change from blend to spring. Under fall off, I'm also saying invert. So make sure this is checked, otherwise your animation will not show it on the screen. Go back, click plane effector, drag this thing up, and now what you will notice is once you start running the animation that there's a spring-like attachment to the objects. To see that, what we're going to do is we just go to mode here, go to project. I like my project to be run at 60 FPS instead of 30, so I'm going to make it 60. You will see maximum frame and minimum frame has been turned to 180, from 0 to 180. Click back on fracture, or rather plane object. Here on the frame 0, we add a keyframe, which is the position keyframe. Let's go to the last frame, which is 180, and drag our position under our logo is revealed. So let's say till here, and I add another keyframe. Rewind. Let's see how the animation looks like. So that's a simple way of revealing a logo which is made in Cinema 4D. In our next tutorial, we'll focus on creating infinite background like this one and other tips. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.